So a mutual of yours has a book out, and you're like, maybe I'll give it a shot. But first, you check out the reviews, and one of the first ones you see is Jack J saying it's almost perfect, giving it 5 stars, verified purchase. Good book. Needs more futa and big mommy milking. 10 out of 10. Reading material. Look great next to my bookshelf. Report abuse. Report abuse. And then you see the cover page, and I don't know, it looks a little. I mean, there's an interesting concept there, but, well, they say never to judge a book by a cover, and thank God I didn't, because what I expect to be a book, I was like, it's okay. You know, maybe throw out a couple of nice things out there to encourage them to keep working on it and then move on with my life. Turned out to be pretty damn good, and for all the reasons I didn't expect. I'm going to be talking today about Conquest Harem. The pen name it is written under is Digital God. And it features two characters, Sato Kiyama and Hajime Tanaka. They are 15-year-old teenagers who play, well, it's kind of a riff on the Vita. It's the Beta. Both of them play these dating sim style games, and they're trying to see who can conquer the most waifus. And the front-loaded nature of the book makes you think that that's what this is going to be about. They're going to be capturing all these digital goddesses, and maybe there'll be some play together. No. This book is not a harem. It is a modern drama with kind of an ensemble cast and a lot of different plot threads that do not play out the way you expect, and that's probably to their benefit. A lot of these original English light novels play off of Japanese tropes very poorly, and I'm pleased to say that this book handles them very seriously and very straight. And it's pretty fun to read and also a little concerning, but never in a way like, oh, what's this author up to? But more, wow, I can't wait to see how this plays out. It's kind of like you pick up a book expecting to get, I don't know, kawaii, happy, happy, neko lolly, and instead you're getting well thought out HBO drama using those same tropes. Definitely caught me off guard. For example, there's a trope where the main character he's got a waifu or whatever who has the same name as his sister, and there's a little bit of confusion there because he was calling out her name, and oh god, we're going to be going down this fucking slope until you find out that it is played completely straight and in the most fucked up way imaginable, where this character's like, you don't understand. I probably should curb the wording I use here in case I get censored, but it turns out that he was preyed upon as an individual himself. So this isn't just, oh no, it's a misunderstanding. Like, he understands the messed up nature of it. Completely caught me off guard. I thought that it was not going to handle that as well. There's a yandere character who's going to fall in love with people, and that's how you think that's going to play out until you find out, no. She's quite literally a psychopath, and it is played not for humor or over the top. It is absolutely what's going on here. This is kind of concerning. But that's just one element of this, because as the story progresses, you also become aware that the fantastical nature of these two characters battling over whose kingdom is going to be the strongest. One character is really into the princess archetype, or the Hime archetype, and the other character, he's all about those girls who are hot then they're cold, that tsundere archetype. Well, it turns out that there's some higher powers watching over this, who are depending on these two to win or lose in some fashion to better their own holdings and their own worlds outside of the world that this is taking place in. And we see some of that reflected upon It's clear that more of that's going to be explored later, but it was definitely pretty interesting. If I needed to complain about this book, I would probably nitpick how the formatting doesn't separate plot lines. Like you'll be going paragraph after paragraph of Rina and Seto talking together, and then suddenly it'll jump over to Hajime doing his own thing, and I don't know if that necessarily needed to be in a separate chapter, but we could have definitely used more of a chapter break. That would have been nice. Um, and the beginning is really rough. It's clear that the author was trying to find the best way to word things for an American audience and kind of dropped the ball on that a little bit. Um, you quickly kind of forget about that, but it was kind of an ongoing thing for probably the first 10-15% of it. And this is kind of a minor thing, but also kind of an important nitpick I've got where, so the two characters are male freshmen in high school, and they make a lot of homophobic comments towards each other because they're teens. It's really overdone, and I think that it detracts from the work as a whole. Like, if it was one or two comments, I'd just be like, they're teenagers, whatever. Especially towards the beginning, it's just like, we get it. You're busting your friend's balls. Tone it down a fucking bit, buddy. But part of that might just be, since I'm older, my tolerance for some of that play style and that banter style just isn't there. Overall, I would recommend this book to people who are interested in a solid drama with some fantastical elements. I do feel that there's room for it to be tightened up a bit, but I'm also really excited to see the next book. It's going to be amazing just based off of what we've got here. It's very difficult not to spoil some of those threads that are kind of spun together into this thick knot. And I do kind of worry that maybe some things will get lost in the mix, but nothing's gotten lost yet. In fact, despite all the different threads working together and against each other, I do feel like everything is seeing some nice progression. So, yeah, it's called Conquest Harem. It is by Digital God. It is available on Amazon. Also, if you go to conquestharem.com, it takes you to his Wix page, which is long, and I'm not going to write it out, but I'll put it in the comments below or something. Overall, pretty easy recommend. Just needs a little more polishing. And kudos to you for catching me off guard, because I literally went into this thing going, yeah, this is going to be a thing I read. And it just kind of grabbed me. So, yeah, great job.